Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today is a little different, okay? Today is going to be a reading about understanding and healing. Let me explain. So, as you can tell from the title, this is a reading about drama that's happening in the beauty community. Now, why am I doing this? One of the reasons I first started watching YouTube was to watch beauty videos to learn how to do my makeup. I was getting older and I felt like I never really wore makeup before, and I felt like, I wanted to start wearing makeup, and I just felt like it would help me enhance my looks and help my self-esteem. And it did. And I watched tons of videos from tons of beauty influencers, and they all helped me slowly but surely learn how to wear makeup, become confident with it. Something I had never, ever had the ability to do. I never had the confidence to do. And I really love the beauty community on YouTube for that. I'm really thankful for it. They opened my eyes to something that I always wanted to know about and never really had the chance, and just, that's one of the ways, YouTube influencers, people, videos, anybody out there watching, making videos, whatever, the whole community is just, it's very powerful in that way. You can always reach out to people, and you never know how you're helping people, and something as simple as, teaching a 40-something-year-old woman how to wear makeup was powerful, and it was really good for me, and it helped propel me into a place where I lost a lot of weight, and I feel great. I feel better now than I ever have done. I feel like I look better. I feel healthier, and it all kind of started watching beauty YouTube videos, right? So recently there's been a big kind of drama that happened in the community, and I'm not going to actually name any names because this video isn't about that. It isn't about naming names, assigning judgment. It's about reading. I want to do an intuitive reading on the drama, on the issues, on the energies that are around it, because so many people are involved and so many people are impacted by it. So I felt that because, I started my channel here also to help, to reach out and to help and to connect with people through tarot, which is something I love to do, something I've always done for as long as I can remember. And I wanted to reach out to more people, and then I was encouraged to do it by friends and family and others I've read for personally. So I'm doing this as a kind of a gift to the community, to the watchers of the community. So if you've come to this channel, you already know my channel. It's a new channel. You've probably watched some of my other videos. You're not here necessarily for any like clickbaity reasons because I haven't put any names up. So I've just put up that, we're going to be doing an intuitive reading on the current beauty community drama. So what I'm going to do, and we'll try to hopefully get an understanding of what's going on, because you can always learn from these things, right? You can always learn from these kind of situations, especially when so many people are impacted and so many people have an opinion about it, right? So people are thinking about it, right? So there's always something to be learned, and that's another reason why I thought it will be good. And I was just called as well, in my heart, I was called, and in my intuition called to do the reading. So we're going to pull some animal spirit cards. We're going to pull 2 cards for the 2 main characters of this issue, right? Concerning this issue. Just to see what kind of energies, what kind of spirit animals are being brought into this, right? Maybe that can help us understand some of the, the obstacles, and the energies that people are working with. So let's do that first. We're going to talk about this energy that's surrounding the beauty community right now, the angst, the turmoil, the disagreements, the disharmony. It seems to be a drama right now. So many people are affected. So give us a clear message on the 2 animal spirits that best represent the energies that are involved with this current issue in the beauty community's current drama in the beauty community. All right, give us a clear message. Let's see. I'm gonna pull 2 cards. I'm gonna pull 2 cards. Let's see what 2 animal spirit energies are surrounding this current unfolding, drama unfolding. Somebody involved. Let us know. Show me. Show me. So the 2 cards we have are, that's upside down. Dragon, watching eye, and the lion. Wow, the dragon and the lion. So one is fire element. Lion is the alchemical symbol for fire. Up there is the triangle. And we have the dragon. So those are the 2 animal spirits involved, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have the phoenix. So that's regeneration. Okay, again, this is an ether spirit. So when you see the circle, that's not an elemental air, water, fire, or earth. It's ether, because there are actually 5 elements. As far as you know, when you're talking about elementals, right? There's ether as well, which is the spirit element. Represents the 7 chakras. There's 7 of those, and one of them is the dragon, right? And the dragon resides in the just above the base, so in the 2nd chakra, talking about regeneration, right? But the dragon is wise, and the dragon talks. See the eyes watching, right? Somebody's watching. This energy talks about, you know. So there's there's meanings to the cards, right? This chakra talks about like I said, it talks about regenerative energy. Can also mean sort of looking to see, right? It's wisdom as well. The eye of the dragon is wisdom energy, in terms of looking to see, are you following the right path? He's watchful, right? The dragon has the wisdom. He's watchful, right? So the card kind of admonishes us. It's a kind of the spirit is watching. The deeper inner side is watching. Are you following the path? Are you following the right path? Are you following your path, the path you were meant to follow? Are you using wisdom, right? That's what the dragon energy talks about, right? It's quite interesting that will come up right now. Because like I say, it's a kind of a warning, right? The dragon is kind of like, you know, are you being true to yourself? Are you seeing yourself? You know, the dragon eye sees the true self, right? It talks about balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. The essence is our first breath, you know, it will be our last. So the dragon is about the essence of the soul. It's the ever watchful eye. It's that kind of like, it's when your soul looks down. Some people could call it a conscience. Call it conscience, your conscience, or guilt. Right? Do you have guilt? Are you on your path, though? You know, when the dragon energy is awakened, you're meant to be, it's calling you to be courageous, visionary, you know. It talks about looking in the mirror, right? And being yourself, you know, being strong enough to be true to yourself instead of being false. You know, the dragon energy guides you. It's actually the 3rd chakra. I'm checking the book, actually. I'm intuiting, but I just was checking the book to make sure. It's actually the 3rd chakra, which is at the solar plexus, talking about the breath. But this energy, dragon energy, does also talk about regeneration, because it is fire. Dragons are fire in the dragon symbology. Now here, of course, it's a mythical creature, right? So therefore it's assigned to the element of ether. All the ether elements are mythical. Here we have the phoenix also transform in reincarnation, transformation, right? But the dragon is in terms of making sure that we, you know, we follow our karmic evolution and to be true at all times to ourselves, right? He's watching. He's the consciousness that's connected to the soul. It's very interesting that that will come up. That's one of the energies. Watching. That's the animal spirit for one of the characters of the drama, I guess, right? Of the energies involved in the drama, right? Card is telling that person, are you being true to yourself? Are you on your true karmic path? The dragon sees everything, right? Even if you're not being honest with yourself, the dragon is warning you that you should be. The other energy is the lion energy, fire, mother lion. When I think of lion, of course, this is a male lion because he has the crown around his head, right? But this energy right now, I feel like it's mother lion energy, of course, right? So if you're tuning into this, you know what's going on, you know what I'm talking about, right? This is protective. This is also pride, right? Fierce pride, courage, right? Protecting your cubs, wanting to protect your cubs, lashing out. The lion, though, is wise, right? The lion energy is very, very wise, also very watchful, very protective energy. You would say Leo, of course, right? That kind of energy, that kind of Leo fire, right? You know, the lion will do anything to protect its cubs. Right. The lion can also be lazy sometimes. Sometimes the lion has to be more proactive, right? The woman lion does all the work. The male lion is lazy. Which lion are you, right? So that's interesting that card will come up. This is definitely the card of ego as well, but it's also the card of protectiveness, right? So these are the two cards. Interesting, 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 right? So I'm going to leave these up here. So that's definitely, in my opinion, you know, from what I feel and the energy, these are definitely representative of the two main animal spirit energies that are involved. And they're looking away, right? Isn't that interesting, the way they look, right? One is looking forward and the lion's turned away now, right? The lion is turned away. I'm not, you know... Again, the lion is looking back at its cubs, probably, right? At its family, making sure everything is all right with its family. Interesting, interesting. So I'm going to pull 9 cards like I do with my monthlies, and we're going to get into the energies. The cards are sticky. They don't want to... Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Interesting that the phoenix will be at the bottom of the card. Someone's going to definitely come through the fire, reborn as something completely different, something new. Right? Something is definitely transformation coming through here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tower card came up. What are we going to learn from this situation? Please give me a clear reading. I want this to resonate with the people who tune in, who know, and who want to learn from this situation, who want to have a clearer insight of what's going on to this particular drama that's happening. Okay. Meditate on the energies that are surrounding the message coming through as I was called to do the reading. So give me that clear message so I can pass it on. Oh, hair stamp falling out. Interesting. Commitment. Give us a clear message. Show me. Clarify those animal spirit cards and what's going on between the interaction of these two spirits. These are the two spirits. What's the interaction with these two spirits? We have another flyer, 2 of discs, juggling. What's the interaction with these two spirits? Give us a clear message for those who are tuning in, those who know the story and want to get a better insight. Here we go. Show me. And we'll get into the flyer cards as well. The two that popped out there. All right, we got at the very beginning, Eight of Swords stuck. Funny, the Lovers card came out. Interesting. Lovers can be friendships as well. At the center, we have Aries, Emperor. Wow. Bottom of the deck is Sunshine, right? So there's affirmations coming through, right? There's some affirmations coming through. We'll clarify that, right? Choices. People have choices in life. That popped out. You have choices in life. Sometimes you play the fool when you juggle your choices. The sea behind is rolling, right? It's a vicious sea. The waves are high, so the emotions are high. You're here, you're juggling, you're trying to juggle everything at once. The Hierophant is there, and he's admonishing you as well. He's like, hold on. You know, do you have commitment? Are you committed to your morals and your ideas? Are you committed to them, right? Sometimes the Hierophant means you want to make a commitment. Sometimes you're trying to get, you're bucking against commitment. But here he's admonishing. He's like, are you holding on to who you are? Again, the eye is watching, the dragon. So it talks about holding on. The energies here, some of the energies here are definitely about holding on to your principles and the value systems, right, that you hold dear to you. Or do they still apply to you? Are you still faithful to them? If not, if they don't apply, fine, then give them up and for another ones. But what do you believe in? And whatever it is you believe in, are you committed to it? Is the faith there? Right, so there's stuck energy. There's real stuck energy. Somebody's coming out of an area feeling like they don't know what to do. They're in an area where this is of their own doing. They feel like they have had no choice, right? This is also the victim card. Eight of Swords can be the victim card. I had no choice. I didn't know what I'm doing. Look at me. I'm bound. But the Eight of Swords is a character who is bound by his own choices. This person's made all of these choices. These swords were their swords. If you look at the past cards, they're all cards. This person, the main character, has fought for these swords and gone through various levels in the karmic cycle. These are their swords, and the binding is their own. They could release themselves, right? If they wish to. It's about facing up to your own restrictions, to how you've put restrictions on yourself as well. And it can be as well the feeling of, when you make up excuses, well, I had no other choice, it's when you feel like you have no other choice, but you truly do, because you're the one who's restricting yourself. That's the energy that came into this, walking into this. And somebody had a lot of choices, right? Somebody had a lot of choices, a lot of cups, a lot of luxury. Look at all the luxury coming out of those cups, right? Those cups are cups of love, but when you look into them, there's baubles, there's castles, there's jewels, there's a victory. It's all to do with material possessions, right? It's to do with ego and material possessions, and they're in the sky. So it's like this, the world is your oyster. And here I'm reading, it's kind of like, what were your cups filling with? And, it seems like somebody in this, someone in this story felt like they had all the choices in the world. And these were the choices, though, right, that they were picking from. And they're all quite, materialistic choices, really. They're to do with ego. They're base choices. They're not elevated choices, right? There's beauty up here. There's a beautiful face, right? The snake represents health, vitality. So these are kind of, to a certain degree, although the wish for health, well, snake can also represent sexual vitality too. So in that sense, right, it's a baser emotion, a baser choice, right? So these choices are kind of base choices, materialistic choices, but someone in this story was looking for that. That's what they wanted, and the high priestess comes in to say, dig deeper, right? Right? So in order to make the right choice, or to perhaps fill those cups with something different, something deeper, something that's more long lasting, you have to employ the high priestess, right? Too. She's the one. She's the magic. She's the actual magic energy that allows the magician to manifest. It's because of the energy and the power of the high priestess, because she's so in tune with herself, her intuition, her psychic abilities. She has the crescent moon at her feet. That means she has dominion over the moon to a degree. The crescent moon, the very most sliver, the least light of the moon, yet she has dominion. It's at her feet. That means she can even see by the crescent of the moon. She can see situations clearly. She has insight. She has intuition. She has vast knowledge. But that knowledge comes from looking within and the hard work that needs to be done with that, right? Looking within, looking to deeper things, right? And that's what was called for here, to be released from these swords and to deal with these visions, perhaps to make the right choice, or perhaps to change this vision altogether into a cup that's filled with something that elevates, that vibrates a little bit higher. The Lover's Cup is here because someone was in love. Someone thought this was a soul connection, right? Soul connections are not only about romance, right? Soul connections, because there was no romantic, there was nothing romantic between these two individuals, right? Who are involved with this story, from what I can tell, right? But the Lover's card talks about deep, abiding friendship as well, right? You love each other, right? And there was a feeling of that there. That was underneath of this all here, when this feeling of, well, I don't know what I can do. Underneath of this was this feeling, this like, well, you know, my friend, this person I care for, I'm concerned about, you know, what can I do though? I'm stuck. But then those cups came in, right? And the choice was made. Did you follow the high priestess? The emperor is here, leader. Did somebody tell somebody what to do? Perhaps behind the scenes, this could be energy that people don't know about, or that, you know, because this is a public story, right? But somewhere along the line, there's an emperor, there's a leader, there's a man, there's a self-made man at the center of all of this, right? There's the self-made man at the center, in Aries energy. The emperor is the card for Aries, right? So he's the leader, he's the pioneer. He's at the center of all of this. Now, who is that? Whose energy is that? Is that one of the characters in the story? Or is this the person who's behind the scenes actually, perhaps this is someone who's come in, right? Who's advising, who's friends. Perhaps this is someone who can come in and speak to the situation. This could be a mentor to both characters. This could be someone who's considered, this could be a person, right? This energy could be a person coming into the situation who's considered a mentor to both characters, who's highly respected, has the emperor status, has already established themselves in business and leadership. Everyone respects their command, their authority, their leadership. This person could be someone coming in who could help the situation. I believe in helping situations, right? Finding a way through the situations. If you've been in a situation that's similar to this, you can learn from it. Sometimes there can be a mutual person that you both respect that can come in and speak sense to both characters when there's an impasse. Somebody's resting and waiting. They're not sure. They're deciding. Right? So now we're going to come to a pass. I think this is energy we're coming into. And the reading as we go forward, somebody's going to take a break. Either forced or self-induced. You're going to be forced to take a break, to take a respite, to reevaluate the situation, right? Not necessarily hermit energy, not necessarily meditating. Could be meditating on an energy, right? On a situation. Hermit is going away and really deep and as well doing deep shadow work and spiritual work, right? It can be isolation. This doesn't necessarily mean isolation. This just means deep in thought. Being alone with your thoughts, left alone with your thoughts, meditating. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to take yourself away from people and society, but there'll be a stopping of your forward motion. So someone's forward motion, one of these characters, or perhaps both. This could just be energy that, there's going to be a resting period, a reevaluation, right? And as a result, I hope and I believe, because this is also what I'm hoping for, as this should be a motivational reading too, from the support and the instruction and the because of this energy coming, the influence, that's the word I'm looking for, because of the influence of this character, whom is very well respected by both by everyone really involved. I'm hoping that someone will take a moment to go in and to reevaluate. And that card is under the priestess. This time when you reevaluate, take the high priestess energy with you. If you have not already before, take more of the high priestess energy with you so you can go deeper and get closer to that dragon. Who are you really in your soul? Money and things come and go, but when you truly go within, you can always learn from any situation, right? You can at least learn and get the best harmony out of it, even if it would look like a dire situation, right? So reevaluate. There's an offer coming in. There's going to be a new offer coming in somewhere along the line, an offer perhaps of reconciliation from one side or the other. Will it come after this this moment of taking some time and meditating and going within? Only, I believe, it is sincere, but only if you incorporate that high priestess. It is sincere. So I don't know on which side, where, or what, but there will be an offer, a sincere offer of either reconciliation, or somebody's coming forward to someone else and they want to talk, communicate their feelings, right? And there's wish fulfillment. At the bottom, there's wish fulfillment. So somebody is really wishing. There's still wishing, and there's deciding. Do you know what you want? You're wishing, but do you know what you really want? Right? And so this is a scenario that could happen to anyone. Sometimes, right, you can be close with someone and you're in a situation because of your closeness, but because of your own perhaps journey, karmic journey. Sometimes the decisions we make, or the decisions we believe we have to make, are not right for us, right? And this is the warning, to in times like that, it's because we need to go deeper. It's because we need to get in touch with our deeper side, our soul side, be in touch with our ideals. What do we truly believe in? Sometimes you have to slow down. If you're moving too fast, slow down and reevaluate before you make decisions that may be against who you really are. The excuses will not, these are excuses to yourself. Never mind excuses to the outside world. Ultimately, everybody's on their own karmic journey. Do you want to make excuses to yourself, right? And this could be vice versa for any of the energies involved. I'm just reading the cards, right? And reading from what I see here. There is a wish fulfillment. As dire as it looks, there is a wish fulfillment, but somebody needs to make a decision. Two of Swords talks about making a decision, but again, this is a self-imposed blindness. She's covered her own eyes. The reason I love this card, Two of Swords talks about making a difficult decision, because on face value, right, you can't decide on face value, right? The swords look exactly the same, right? There's a crescent moon, so you're not seeing the entire picture, yet there's a decision to be made. How would you make that decision? So it's kind of, this card reminds me of when you're in the woods and you're trying to locate something by sound. What do? You close your eyes, right? You close your eyes so you can focus all of your energy to your auditory senses, so you can hear more, so you can be more acute in your hearing, right? Here she's blindfolded herself. She's sitting in front of the river with the river. Her emotions behind her. She can hear the river behind her. She can hear it. So in this way, she can hear the current of her emotions. She can go deeper into herself and therefore make the right decision. But without doing it this way, you're not going to make the right decision. You have to go in deeper. And it's interesting that this card will be at the bottom of the meditation card with the high priestess at the top. Both cards are very blue, talking about emotions, going deeper into your emotions. Even though swords represents air and the mental, it's talking about your emotions and your deeper feelings, and being connected with your deeper feelings, in influencing your mental and your decision-making process. All right? So there you go. This is the reading. It's short. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I just wanted to do a quick reading. I wanted to see how you guys, what you guys felt, what your comments are, your questions. This is not about, this is first of all for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is just for fun. But it's interesting because it's a story that I think everybody can relate to. I think everybody's been in a situation where something has happened between you and someone you've been close with, and there's two sides to every story, and there seems to be hurt all the way around, and everyone has an opinion, right, on who did what wrong. And so I think these are always times where we can, instead of pointing a finger or throwing rocks, we can learn. And so I was called to read on this, and to read on what type of energies would compel us, or what type of situations could compel a certain, us as people, everyone, humans, to be involved in certain situations and make the decisions that they made. And if we can see that, how can we, when we're in those same situations, maybe make better decisions? So sound off below. Let me know what you think about this reading. This was one of the first, and maybe, I don't know if it'll be the last. If there's more issues out there, drama issues in the community to read upon that we can all learn about, I might do this reading again, especially if I get a good result, a good response. If you guys like it, let me know. Like, subscribe, definitely give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. Okay, this was a message from the heart. This was with love for everyone involved, okay? Love and blessings always. Bye-bye.